Bum, bum, bum. It's really happening. Welcome to Dragon Talk. We are live on the internets right now.
Seriously?
Yeah. Oh, I forgot to tell you. This is going to happen. It's happening right now.
Are they there?
They're there.
Are the people there?
They can see you.
Why are we doing this?
I am Greg Tito. Hello. It's good to see you. I'm here with my co-host. What's your name again?
I don't know. I'm so scared right now.
We also have our guest, Suzanne.
Hi,
over
Suzanne.
Hello.
She is not scared.
I am
happy to be here.
terrified.
She is holding it. She's holding it together very well, unlike my co-host, Shelly Mazanoble.
I don't know why it feels so different.
It's totally different. But
it
it's
feels
not.
bright. It is brighter.
Because we got one.
Lion's on that side instead of that side.
That is a big change.
Oh, hey.
That changes
Sarah's
everything.
over there.
You guys have
I
a
know,
fancy
right?
studio now.
We do. Cleaned it up a little.
Fancy
Got this soundproofing. You could do all kinds of stuff in here.
That's true. That's
Nobody
what we
will
do.
know.
We do all kinds of things in here, including what we're doing now, which is doing Dragon Talk live. This is the
believe we're doing
podcast.
this.
We usually do an intro where we talk about what happened, right? So
yeah, we have like a little bit of.
there was a big event. What happened?
It was an event that had some food.
I remember the food.
Remember the
was
food?
good.
There was like a crying child.
That was mine.
There was a
Did you
dog.
know that I stole a cookie too from?
I told you to steal your cookie. I was like, just go take it from over there.
It was like under a stack of things, and he was like, "Where's my cookie?" I'm like, "Oh, I just found it."
Yes, and then he was like hopped up on cookies.
Okay, so two things.
We're talking about the Stream of Annihilation, by
The
the way,
Stream
which
of
was
Annihilation.
June 1st and 2nd. where we
Feels
ta-
like it was
first
just
and second,
yesterday.
Yes, where we talked about the Stream of Annihilation, the Tomb of Annihilation storyline that's coming out in store September 8th and September 19th, all wide.
So good.
And it will be out on September 8th for Roll20.
Yeah.
Oh, you do the early releases.
We do the
too.
early releases.
What?
Yep.
So
Just want to make sure that got out there. You guys heard that. You heard it here first.
the stream was awesome.
It was fun.
It was a really good event.
You did a really good job.
I did.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, because you talked about something that was really like important.
Just something I've been working on for like ever.
What is it?
Betrayal at Baldur's Gate. I love saying it.
On the Hill.
On the hill in a house. No.
Is Magdalena in it?
Magdalena is always in it.
Oh,
Nice.
she actually is in it?
No.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
But I bet she
In-
would.
in
She would
spirit.
love Baldur's
She's
Gate.
just behind.
She would.
Magdalena and Ball.
And Ball, just hanging
together.
out. I want to dispel all rumors. I do not look anything like Ball. I don't know what you're talking
You
about.
totally. What do you think?
I didn't see the comparison. Now I really want to.
You
I
got to
think
grow
so.
your hair up a little bit more.
Yeah? Do it like
Yeah. But that's totally your Halloween costume now.
hair and makeup, please.
Speaking
Good.
of, that was what I liked best about the Stream of Annihilation.
What?
Hair and makeup.
So fancy.
They were like.
They were on
Yeah.
it. They were on it.
These lovely ladies
Yeah.
just came. What do you want to do today?
Yeah.
Oh, just
do you
want
wanna
to make
do?
me look beautiful, please.
Yeah, you're like, this is all the things.
So
You
what
make
Yeah.
me
Like an
not
idiot.
get turned bright red on camera, please. Can you do that?
Yeah, they were really good.
The best part was getting like all the grizzled old folks who didn't want to get hair and makeup. I'm like, you need
Who
some
doesn't
some
want
hair and
that?
makeup. Yeah, I'm not gonna name names, but there were a few who were like, oh, I don't need it. I'm like,
I'll
But you
need
were
it.
into it.
yeah, I did. I was like,
Yeah.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
You were like a theater major. You were
Right.
used to that kind
I mean,
of thing.
not like you don't have to put pancake on and like like I did in like high school. For some reason, we had like it was a
mime.
half-inch thick level. Like,
Because you were in
makeup.
high school and you
Right.
didn't really know how to do
Yeah,
that.
it was none of that. It was just like a touch up, and you wouldn't even know it was there.
My mom watched my interview.
She did.
My mom, my dad, and my brother. And they don't know anything really
That's fair,
about
yeah.
D&D.
Yeah.
And my mom, all she kept talking about was how much she liked Mike Merles.
He's a really great talker, way better than you.
He is just wonderful. He seems like a really nice man. You should work with him more.
Oh, that's so cute.
Yeah. And she's like, we didn't know what you were talking about, but it sounds exciting.
Well, I went on right after you, and I could see you, both of you, on the camera, and I was like, okay, they did it. I can do it. I can do it. Shelly's really good at this. I can do this.
Oh, you're
so you helped me.
Really?
Gird my loins
Really?
to get on camera.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow.
See, you had the courage.
Now
all you
you're
need.
helping me. It's inside us.
Guys, we're helping each other,
We are.
right?
Yeah.
I mean, I think there's all like bumping it up and be like, we can do this.
We're at a
Elevate.
circular table. It's like a symbol of unification, guys.
Or a sacrifice.
Oh my God.
Isn't this awesome
That's
though?
also-
Speaking of sacrifices,
Hey!
Yeah.
we are going to be putting our hands into the green devil
I'm
face
not.
there.
We're doing what now?
Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
we need
There
to-
shall be no annihilating happening.
You go first.
Do you know who made this for me?
No.
Holly Conrad did.
You're
Heck.
kidding.
Really?
Yeah.
Just
Commander
whipped
Holly.
that up?
She did. She was like, I wanted to give this to you for, putting on the show and making
out of the
everybody
blue?
happy. Yeah, at the Stream of
Are
Annihilation.
you serious?
Yeah.
No, I feel like I should have gotten you something.
She said it came from everybody, so you don't have to do that.
Yeah.
But thank you to Holly because it was
including
amazing. It looks exactly like and I got it in the shirt form here too,
That is
of
really
course.
cool.
And it looks awesome. And when we're going to move our offices pretty soon. When we do that, it'll be a more permanent fixture.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
You guys are moving.
We're moving our desks, not our office.
Yeah, the office building aren't changes, but like inside the building, we're moving
okay,
stuff
cool.
around.
So just change every season.
Yeah,
We
exactly.
should just
kind of like
change
your hair,
it.
except it's like every week.
For every D&D storyline, we should just change and have a new theme.
I think we got to get the magic folks on board with that. But yeah, we'll do it. We'll make it happen.
Yeah, they're totally on board.
Sounds good. Well, thank you, Holly. This was amazing. I love it. And thank you to everybody who watched Stream of Annihilation. It was a lot of fun to put on.
Yep.
And we got to talk about the new adventure, which is super exciting. And speaking of that, we got a lore segment about a facet of the Stream of Annihilation story coming right at you. It's about the Aarakocra.
Oh.
Spoiler alert. But we just recorded it in live last time. So those of you guys watching this live for the first time on Twitch, you already saw it. But this is for our podcast listeners at home. We'll throw it to that segment.
I don't follow time travel.
I don't know.
I have no idea what's happening.
We're
right
in the
now.
future past right now.
Oh, okay.
No, the past perfect future tense.
I don't do that.
One of those.
No.
All right. Well, we're going to listen to it now and make with the bing bongs.
The ping pongs.
Bong, bing, bong, bing. I'm editing on the fly here, and Ryan is like looking at me like, what are you talking about? That's crazy. Wasn't that a great segment, you guys?
That was a fantastic segment.
I learned so much about...
Ryan
Hold on.
Oh, dang it. We got to stop. All
I'm.
right, now
I
we're back.
cannot keep up with. Like, are we? Oh. Are we really here?
That was the magic of time travel. That was a really great lore segment, wasn't it, you guys?
Yes.
Did you get to listen to everything about the bird people?
Yes.
The Aarakocra?
Oh
Very
my God.
pretty.
I learned so much.
I did too.
I know everything now.
Yes.
so much.
Yeah.
Chris Perkins
Lore
was
we
sitting
should
in
know.
that exact seat where you are right now.
No, he
could
wasn't
sell
because
that
I
to
was
her.
too short for the exact seat
Oh,
that Chris
that's
Perkins
true.
was sitting in.
Yes.
They had to give me a booster seat.
Oh. Because I was like this. We got some phone
And they were
books.
like, I'm still
remember
sitting up as
phone
straight as I
books?
can.
Do you remember phone books?
Yeah, you remember phone books? Do you at home? Caller, are you there? That's a Donahue reference for nobody that will get that either.
Oh, do you remember Donahue?
You guys remember Donahue?
Right around the time of phone books.
Sally Jesse Raphael.
Yeah.
Yes, no, phone books were these big
Spectacles.
things that you would get in the mail.
For children.
You would
For
actually
children.
like, dial
To
a
sit
phone.
on.
to sit on.
to
to drive cars.
Dial a phone.
The rotary phone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
That fully.
I had friends that were like,
Do you remember a rotary phone?
I
You might
played
be
with
able-
one as a child.
The one that you would pull
toy-
on
like
a
a toy
string.
one, yeah.
And the eyeballs that go. Blah, 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 blah.
did you hate your friend who had like the last four digits of his or her number was like 9987? And I'm like, oh God, it takes so long to dial their number. It was
yes,
like
yes.
click, 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 click. 9. Click, 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 click.
Only to get the busy signal.
God, call waiting didn't even exist back then.
Nope.
We were really time traveling
Trying to
today.
dial 999. You hope you don't mess up because you
yeah,
might need emergency
Or,
really
like,
fast.
wrong numbers were always like.
Oh, yeah.
They happen all the time.
Yeah.
Now someone calls the wrong number and gets me, and I go, tell me your life story. I don't understand how this could possibly
Right.
happen.
I'm going to swipe left
Clearly,
on
the
your
universe
story.
wants us to talk.
Awesome. So thank you for joining us on
Yeah.
our live version here. You're local
So
to
fancy.
Seattle,
I
right?
am. Yep, I live very close by.
Yeah.
Well, you can come anytime and be on the show.
I'm always here. I'm always in the hallway.
I didn't know that. Now we know.
She's always here.
Uh,
really stealthy.
She's
So, for those who are listening who may not know what Roll20 is, why don't you enlighten everyone?
Yeah, Roll20 is a virtual tabletop. So if you want to play D&D and maybe your friends live across the country or you don't have a local group to join in with, you can go online on the magical internets and you can find a group there. You can join a group. I can't decide whether to look at you guys or look at
know.
the camera, so I'm just gonna like do this.
Just look everywhere.
Yeah,
That's always the
look
best thing.
everywhere. But yeah, you can join Roll20. It's at roll20.net. It's completely free. We do have paid subscriptions, but they are completely optional. You can play 100%. Everything that you need is available for free, and then you can get super cool extra features if you want to pay for one of our subscriptions, like dynamic lighting. So if you're a DM, you can control what people see,
See, I
on
want
the
some
tabletop.
dynamic lighting right now.
You can control what people see, and they
just
won't be
wait
able to
and
see
it's
you.
like
Is that it?
Yeah,
Right here.
Nice. But, so it works in the map so that people, like the players, can only see what they can see.
Exactly.
That's really cool.
Yeah. So we have a bunch of D&D modules, and the idea is everything that existed in the book is in the module version. So you can one-click start a game of Storm King's Thunder, Lost Mine of Phandelver, and pop in, and all the maps are laid out. All the encounters, the tokens are laid out on the grid. So you can come around a corner and be like, there's goblins there. What do they do? And you can click on them. There's a clickable character sheet. Every single thing from the book is organized in handouts by chapter and then by section. And so you can find things really easily. And it's basically just supposed to be a super, super easy way to play D&D online.
I almost feel like I could DM a game.
I
Like
DM
if
a
it's all
game.
just there.
I am DMing my first ever D&D game. Because normally I would be like, no. But I am. I'm playing. We've only had one session, but our second one is this week of Storm King's Thunder. So
So you've already done one?
I've already done one
How
session.
did it go?
They're not dead. So that's good.
Is that good or bad? If you're
I
a
know,
DM?
actually. But no, it's an opening.
First session, you generally don't want to kill them all.
Yeah, because we're starting from level 1, so they got to Nightstone and they killed some goblins, and it's no big deal. So it was actually great. It helps that I'm playing with people who know me, but
That always helps.
that always helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And you can also use Roll20 as like just a campaign aid too, like it's at the table, even if you're not playing online.
Yeah.
A lot of people do that.
Absolutely, yeah. We have a Compendium, which has the SRD base, so free access because it's SRD. So you can go in and look up all kinds of stuff about races and whatnot. And then we also have the Monster Manual and Volo's Guide to Monsters purchasable, so you can expand it into all that cool non-SRD content.
Nice.
So yeah.
So when you say there's goblins and
Yeah.
so is it the dungeon master who's putting goblins?
Yeah. I mean,
you
if
could just be like, I'm gonna put some goblins.
you
over
could
here.
put more goblins.
I'm gonna put them over here.
Yeah.
Some here, and like they just pull from their little menagerie of monsters.
Pretty
and-
much, yeah. There's something called, I mentioned the Compendium, and there's actually a tab within the Roll20 tabletop. So you can type in goblin, and it'll say, oh, you mean this goblin? Well, a goblin would be in the SRD, but, maybe the Monster Manual version with the token and the stats all attached, and be like, yes, that's what I want to add. And you click and you drag, and you plop it on the tabletop, and then it's attached to a character sheet and everything that tracks how alive or dead it is as you slowly kill it. Because you're going to kill it, right? I mean, I hope you're going to kill a goblin.
Oh, yeah.
Unless it's a really nice goblin who can give
Yeah.
us some information that we might need.
Yeah.
And then we'll
never know.
just choke them out a little.
Yeah. Just
Yeah.
stay down while I ask you questions.
Yep.
Yeah.
You can tell how Shilly the sorcerer rolls. You're like, we'll just choke him out a little bit and make
gonna
him,
kill
make him
him.
feel bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. That makes sense.
Make him feel bad about himself.
Yeah. Yeah. As he cries in his French accent. Oh my God.
now I
French.
Wait,
feel
all your goblins are French?
Yeah.
This makes perfect sense. I actually.
They're all Monty Python French though. So they're all, your mother was a hamster.
Filthy English can.
I throw a spear at you. Not very good French accent.
That's pretty good.
Well, goblins wouldn't do a really good French accent.
No,
anyway,
that's
so-
right.
It would be like
Yeah.
goblins trying to do a French accent.
Yeah,
which-
'cause they're-
so your accent is perfect.
Because they're translating from goblin to common, probably.
Right.
So it lost in translation.
I like the idea of these goblins that are actually Monty Python fans. And that's where they learn. That's where they learned common.
from watching Monty Python.
Yes. I have a friend who was Italian, but he learned English from Beastie Boy songs.
Oh.
Yeah.
So he's always like ad rock. He's always like rhyming.
Yeah.
He's really good at rhyming.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All of his things ended like a dun,
Yes.
dun, 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 dun.
Yep.
I feel like that would help you out in the dating world.
Ooh.
If you just spoke in Beastie Boy lingo.
That should be a new language.
But for a very specific,
Yeah.
significant other, yes.
Well, it's like they either get it
Or they don't.
or they don't.
They don't.
And I'm not sure which would work better, actually.
There's only one way to find out. Let's all start dating right now. We'll just do it.
Okay.
All right. Speed dating. It's like a Bachelorette
well,
episode.
this is like, we didn't talk about the news of The Bachelor.
No, we didn't talk about it. Is there
Bachelor in
news?
Paradise.
Oh, is
Come
it?
on.
They're not going to do that show again, are they?
Well, maybe not because something terrible happened.
Good.
What happened?
We don't know.
They all died?
Like an altercation happened in a swimming pool that's like shutting the whole production down. They sent everybody home.
Oh my God.
Full on investigation.
Oh, so they were taping it already.
Yes. So I can't even imagine like what was so bad.
I don't want to joke about someone actually getting hurt.
Yeah, I know,
That's kind of
right?
what they
So-
are.
Like-
I mean, it has to be like legitimately bad for them to actually know.
And if there were
Yeah.
roses involved, it would be
Yeah.
really bad.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So
But
let's
anyway.
table that.
Anyway,
we'll get
yeah.
once
So
we know
don't-
more.
I'm just
Once we
feel
know
like
more.
don't bring up The Bachelor because it's sensitive for me right now.
Yeah.
because I was really looking forward to that.
I'm pretty sure they're going to cancel it all and
Stop.
never do it again.
Because you're a mean person.
That's my platform.
You're
and
really
vote
mean.
for me. We'll shut down The Bachelor and The Bachelorette
point,
and In Paradise.
How many years has it been on?
Too many.
20?
20? Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't.
It was like one of the first reality ones that came after Survivor. It was like, oh, we can do
Yeah.
dating and
Are they
reality
keeping
television.
the floral industry alive single-handedly?
I know.
Pretty much everyone wants a rose now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the
Poor
most
roses.
perfect rose.
For sure.
But getting back to some really fun, because I noticed in chat some people are like, oh, they haven't announced XYZ yet. And I'm like, well, speaking of which, I think Suzanne has got something
Do
to
you have
announce.
some announcements?
No, not really. I mean, they're announcements, yes, but they're announcements that have been announced elsewhere.
Yes.
Most simply that Cursive Strode is coming out really, really soon, which I did get to talk about at Stream of Annihilation, but just to recap, it's coming out June 20th, and pre-orders
Whoa,
went
that's
live.
really soon.
Right? And if you're watching live, pre-orders went live today.
Today.
Right now.
Right.
Right now.
And if you're listening, it's on Monday.
Yeah.
So they're still open today.
Sorry, there's just way too much to keep track of.
It's true. Now we have to think of like 4 different timelines.
Right.
It's crazy.
Yeah, too
So yeah, right. So Curse of Strahd is out on Roll20 for pre-order.
For pre-order right now, and it'll be live on midnight Pacific time on June 20th,
Whoa.
which is this coming Tuesday. Next Tuesday, not this Tuesday.
So what do you get when you purchase an adventure in Roll20 versus the book?
Well, everything and more.
What?
Basically.
What?
Is
the
the
more?
simplest way. The more is, first of all, the functionality. So we counted it up, and we estimated, we low estimated that it took us 350 hours of campaign preparation to put together Curse of Strahd in Roll20.
Whoa.
So that's a lot.
That's a lot.
It's a lot. It's a
350.
big one, and we did a lot of cool stuff with it. So I love it. I can't wait to play it. So not only is the 100% entire contents of the book in there, including all the encounters and all that other cool stuff, we also did some fun things like, there's 30 battle-ready maps. There's more than 30 battle-ready maps, which means like there's dynamic lighting mapped on them, and there's people on the tabletop that you can go and hang out with and kill. And then we did some especially cool stuff that I really like with Strahd. Something that I liked a lot is that there's a lot of shapeshifters in Strahd. Strahd himself has 4 forms. He's a wolf, he's a bat, he's mist, and he's him.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, him, space. And we did something called rollable tables, which means normally you'd make art out and turn it into a token, and it would sit on the tabletop, and that'd be really cool. But then he would look like him, and you could open his character sheet and all that stuff. Now we did something so you can click it, and ooh, he's a bat. Looks like a bat.
Oh,
Goes over
that's
here.
cool.
Oh, that's
and then
great.
you click it again, and ooh, he's missed. He's going over there. And that's really cool, and I love that.
That's my missed sound effect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And we did some
Felt
cool
like missed.
We did some sorry, just really excited about this.
No, do it.
We did some cool stuff with the Taroka deck. Quick question.
Yes.
How do you say Taroka?
Taroka.
I say Taroka. I was just thinking, well, it's like tarot, so is it Taroka?
Oh.
But I don't think so.
No,
I trust
it's definitely
you guys.
Taroka.
Yeah,
was how we
Taroka.
pronounced it in
Yeah.
the office when we were doing it all.
I'm down.
Yeah.
I'm
So and you just use the art that
We
came?
used the official art,
Nice.
and we made a card deck of the Taroka deck.
that's cool.
So you can, draw a card and put it down. And we separated them into the high and common deck, like you do with normal tarot cards and like you do in the book. And then there's also a complete deck. And not only that, but that card deck, that Taroka 3 card deck, will be sold separately upon the release date as well. So
Oh, cool.
if you just want that card deck, you can go get it
my
and
God.
add it to your game.
And it's such a good addition to the game, even if you're not running Curse of Strahd, because it's so the art. The
art is beautiful.
Yeah,
I
amazing.
know.
I'm going to forget the guy's name. It was Lukash, something Lukash, who did it. All those pencil drawings, working with Richard Witters to develop all that stuff. It was so good.
Very cool.
Yeah. And so you can throw that into any campaign that you wanted to have like a gamification elephant.
Exactly.
Elephant?
Oh,
No,
yeah.
a gamification elephant.
I
That's
have
what
an elephant.
You do.
in
and
our
it's
game.
and it's a game.
Oh.
Yeah, nice.
My pack elephant.
And so just to go back to the at the beginning of the adventure when the dungeon masters kind of set out where the different locations of things are
Yeah.
in the Curse of Strahd adventure, do you have to do that manually or does the Roll20 thing kind of
It guides you through in the
nice.
handout thing, and so you can do all that stuff really, really easily. We even made a rollable table for the Gothic trinkets table, so that normally during that preparation, your characters you could roll on that table and get a cool little thing. Like there's, I can't remember any of them, but there's like cool little trinkets. Like there's a book of poetry, but
Yeah.
it's like spooky poetry. I once did it.
Oh, and you were talking about the trinkets where, it's just like something that's in somebody's pockets that
your
feels very
characters
evocative
have
to that.
around, just
Right.
random little things, but they're Gothic themed trinkets.
Is there actual poetry in the poetry book?
I don't think so. I rolled on
That
it
would
randomly once, and I got that book, and then someone said, that's like the least useful one.
I'm pretty sure Chris Perkins has that
I know.
poetry in the back
That's
of his
what I'm
head that
thinking.
he can
Like,
just rattle
he
off.
probably could have.
Yeah. It's basically like Emily Dickinson, but more dark,
Yeah.
if that's possible.
Like my
Has to
7th
be.
grade poetry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you wrote the poetry. That
I
was
could.
Yeah.
I'm saying.
Yeah, I know, right?
If you need some spooky poetry,
Why
You're
not?
like-
I'll go back to my old journals.
Oh my goodness.
All of us goth people, we can just rattle that stuff off.
I was so not.
Really?
I just wanted some angst, so I just
Yeah.
cultivated it, pretended.
That counts.
That's part of it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And then I went downstairs and watched Murder, She Wrote with my mom and dad.
That's still kind of gothy, right? It's a mystery.
I think
it's in the
so.
same vein.
I mean, I'm
Yeah.
watching Murder, She Wrote right now.
Yeah.
So
It holds up, let me tell you.
Yes, for the most part.
I was in I randomly go into bookstores, not as often as I used to, but there was the shelf of Murder, She Wrote seasons 1 through 11.
Way. On
All like-
VHS?
No, it was on Blu-ray. And it was like, I think it was on Blu-ray.
Seriously?
Yeah, and I was like, what? Like, this is so great. And I took a picture of it like, yeah, Murder, She Wrote still living large.
Yeah.
Angela Lansbury.
Yeah.
Rocking it. I always remembered her from Bed Knobs and Broomsticks.
Yeah.
I love that movie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I wonder if that holds up.
I don't know.
Yeah, because that was...
Also gothy.
Is it?
I never saw it. Doesn't it have like flying things and
Yeah.
Because that means
Is it
goth to me is
spooky?
when there's flying things.
that's all
Is it? I can't
goth.
remember. Is it spooky
Flying
or Mary
things.
Poppins-ish?
It's Mary Poppins-ish.
Yeah.
But that's-
But they go into the water at some point. There's a flying
some
bed.
cartoons in it, right?
Yeah, it was like that mix
Is it
of
supposed to be scary? Or is it cool?
neither of those. It's neither cool nor scary.
Like-
It was more like Angela Lansbury doing Mary Poppins-y, and
Yeah.
then they went through they did some adventures. They would go up and down. I know
I
they
think
went to the
Mary
ocean,
Poppins
these
is a
ones.
little gothy. All in black.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The book, Mary Poppins, is pretty gothy.
Yeah.
She's very serious and severe.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then Disney made her chipper.
Chipper.
Yeah.
What do you
Is she
look
more
at?
severe, like the more governess type?
Yes,
Yeah.
she's very like iron backed and looking down her nose and going, "You've
Right.
messed up." Except like then the whole thing is she has a twinkle in her eye the whole time, and the kids know it and they love her for it. But
Oh.
to the outside world, she's very. So that's what. Sorry, I love these books.
I love that sound effect though.
know.
Like, I feel like that's you should use that in your DMing.
Yes.
The turtle. What are the dragon turtles or turtle?
Turtles?
Tortles.
Turtles.
I don't know what they really sound like, but I feel
Like
like that was like.
Can't actually open my mouth very wide.
Turtle.
Makes sense. So yeah, Curse of Strahd is coming out,
Yeah, there
which
is-
is very exciting.
There's one other thing that I didn't talk about. I keep leaning away from the mic. I'm pretty sure you guys are getting mad at me.
Look at Ryan; he's so mad. That's his mad
Aw.
face.
Look at Ryan. Looks very charming and endearing. The
Aw.
camera should be on you.
No. Says no.
Next time,
Threatening
he'll
to
be.
turn
We'll,
the
we'll set up his board right here, so we can.
We'll just all get mirrors.
Yeah.
Turn it back on him.
I'll get a second camera.
Yeah. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what's the final thing in Curse of Strahd?
Because I totally forgot, is the maps. So, there's the isometric maps, Castle Ravenloft, that everyone knows and loves, and they're really, really, really cool. But when you put them on a tabletop, there's this grid thing that happens. So we were looking at this going like, okay, how do we do this? Because they're not squares, they're rhombuses. So how do I make a token that really wants to fit into a square, fit into a rhombus? And what we ended up doing is an in-house, our QA manager actually, Kristen Carlson, who is awesome. Hi, Kristen.
Hi, Kristen.
Is quite a talented artist in her own right, and she interpreted the isometric maps into a top-down format of Castle Ravenloft
Oh,
that
cool.
are gorgeous. I might blow them up in my house at some point to put on walls.
Oh,
We don't know what she does in her spare time.
Yeah, no, I live in Seattle.
she prints out maps and then explodes them.
Yeah.
Blows them up.
Yeah.
Yeah. But to get it framed to put it up there, is that what
Yeah.
you're trying to say?
Yeah, it
Nice.
keeps me alive, gives me
I know.
power.
I love maps for that reason too.
I know.
Maybe you'll want to do that.
I will. I'll
Yeah.
blow it up.
Maybe you'll want to blow some maps up.
So I should make clear, both are available because some people really love isometric and some people really love top-down. So we made both available. Top-down have all the encounters mapped out. Isometric are there for reference, or you can use them for that purpose. Why not? I don't mind.
Can you move your stuff around on them? Just
Not
like
on
you
the
would?
isometric maps because they're not on a grid. The
Right.
the rhombuses, man.
Geometry was my strongest
Yeah.
subject.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, but the top-down maps are so pretty and it all makes sense. And
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah.
So if you buy in Roll20, if you buy the cursive strode thing, could you then have all those pieces that you could use in other adventures? Like, could you use say strode? This is a question from chat, which I'm getting.
Yeah.
There. Can you use strode in like Storm King's Thunder?
I mean, it's not impossible. Let's put it that way. One of the Roll20 Pro subscription features is something called the Transmogrifier, which does allow you to transfer things, everything from maps to tokens to characters, from one game to another.
Okay.
So if there were two games that you created, and one was Storm King's Thunder and one was Cursive Strahd, and obviously you'd bought both of those products so that you have legal access to them, then you could move some elements from one to the other. Yeah, you could absolutely do that.
Okay.
Yeah.
Cool. That makes sense because who knows if you want like your vampire just to show up? And,
Yeah,
like, and
yeah. Let's take these giants to Ravenloft.
Why not?
Yeah.
we're doing it. We're gonna bring him to Chult, right?
Yeah. Yeah.
Right? Because Tomb of Annihilation's coming out.
Yeah.
Yeah. You guys working hard on that?
Not yet.
All right, so
soon as you
you're
get the
really
files-
excited
as
about
soon as you
that
get the
early-
files.
that early release.
Chris Lindsay.
Can I have it? No.
Oh yeah, here you go. I have it in there.
You're always stalking around the building.
I
Just
know.
like log into his computer and get it.
I just pop out of like a random office, be like,
Can I have those
Tomb of
files?
Light.
So you have like what, 325 hours of production to do between now and September 8th?
Yeah.
Well, the good thing is that there's no isometric problems
That's
there.
right.
You
That's
don't have
right.
to do
I
that.
mean, we've done it before. We've done it on all of them. Things about making a Roll20 version of a product is that we're making it a Roll20 version of a already finished product. So the
Right.
product has to be done before we can get our grubby little hands on it. And then we do a lot of other stuff to it and add a lot of functionality and stuff. So we make it into a whole Roll20 thing. But first the product has to be done, which means that we've gotten really, really good at fast turnarounds.
That's awesome.
Insert nervous laughter here.
You guys have gotten really good at it, which is awesome. So I think that's something to shoot for. Is getting everybody can, so they don't feel like they have to buy the adventure, and then if they want to integrate it with, have the convenience of it being in Roll20 for them, you can always buy the adventure and run it yourself in Roll20. Manually. It's just you're buying the convenience of having all those bits and pieces in Roll20.
Yeah,
Exactly,
I think
yeah.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
Very easy.
Right.
I like it. It's
How long
easier.
have you worked there?
Been there a year and a half.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, no way.
Well, the company's only been up for 5 years.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, we're a wonderful baby company with giant muscles or something.
Lots of charisma.
Baby.
Yeah.
Lots
Baby
of
with giant
charisma.
muscles. That's really cool.
Yeah.
So what's your gaming background? Were you
I-
a gamer before you?
I'm a personal gamer.
Yeah.
I'm a video gamer. I have unofficially, I was in the gaming closet for a really, really long time.
Why?
But-
You didn't want to tell anyone?
No, I wasn't allowed to play video games as a kid. I was one of those.
Yeah?
Yeah. So
You didn't have like a console or anything like that?
my biggest video gaming regret or other general gaming regret is that like I've never really played Nintendo 3DS. Never played anything. No, definitely not Atari and like nothing else really. But I would go to friends' houses and be like,
That's what I would do.
just I'll be here. Except then I would suck because I hadn't played it. And then they'd be like, I just can't watch you be so bad.
It hurts.
It hurts. So I never really got good until I went to college and started like buying my own consoles and got a PS2, which was like a sneaky backdoor deal. It's
Yeah.
like, here, take my money. I'll take your old thing. Yeah.
And
yeah.
GTA 3 was like the best game ever. And PS2
For me,
was like
for me, it was Dragon Age, actually.
Oh, really?
Dragon Age Origins, and then I'm a big RPer, and then that's how I play D&T too. Is like all my D&D sessions are very RP gaming heavy. So yeah, all those RP video games, I'll never stop. Never.
That's pretty cool.
That is cool.
I wasn't allowed to play video games either when I was a kid. It was like my dad was an engineer, and so he was he really wanted me to be able to learn how to do computing and didn't want me to just focus on games.
Sure.
So I had an older brother, 9 years older than me, who he got a VIC-20. It was like their early Commodore one that just had like this big thing, and there was a cartridge slot in the back that had like games that you could play on it. And I was so young that I was like, this is so cool, I love this. And I didn't want to do any of the computing stuff. But my dad insisted on it I used to have a PC, which is probably why I'm like a PC gamer now more than anything else. And I didn't get a console until, Nintendo 64 era-ish
Yeah.
type things. And it was college. It was the same thing. It was like,
Right.
oh, everybody had it on the dorm, so you would go in and play GoldenEye and Mario Kart and stuff like that.
Yeah. I'd get in trouble for playing Treasure Cove on my dad's DOS computer for so long that he was like, I have to edit law briefs with this like adult person's computer now.
Time to get off.
Small child. Stop playing Treasure Cove.
Oh, that's really cute.
What was Treasure Cove? I didn't know that game.
Oh, it was one of those. They tried to market it as educational games. So it's always confused me. Treasure Mountain, I don't remember who made them. This is like a while ago. This is in the past.
We're really time traveling now.
Yeah. But Treasure Mountain, for example, at one point you'd have to do math to keep moving on. But Treasure Cove, I don't think you did. Because I remember being like, I feel like they've removed the educational element and just made this a game. But whatever, it's fine.
So that game was okay because it was educational or
computer games
pseudo-educational?
seem to like be a loophole.
Oh,
Yeah.
I don't
just
know.
not
For me
the
too.
console games.
Yeah, so like I could play Wishbone's The Odyssey and be Wishbone, the book reading dog.
Oh,
And he
No,
would
no,
go,
no.
he got sucked into a book of The Odyssey and he was just going through The Odyssey. Yeah.
Oh, like the actual Homer's Odyssey, like going from
Uh-huh.
like island to island.
Oh, I loved it. Because those like old puzzle games from the 90s were just crushingly difficult.
Oh,
and
yeah.
There was definitely like a 2-month period where I was like, I don't know which pixel to click. And I'm tired.
oh my god!
And now you can just look it up online and be like, this is the pixel you need to
Right?
click to get through the story.
Kids nowadays.
I know,
I don't
right?
know how lucky
Did you ever
they
play any
are.
of those like Infocon games, like the text-based ones that was like,
Yeah.
go north, go south?
Yeah, I hated those. I got tired of dying.
Yeah, there's a lot of that.
Give me stuff so I can kill things.
I tried to do the Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy one. It's super hard.
Is it?
Same thing. It's like you gotta know the exact joke that Douglas Adams, because I think he wrote a lot of it. Like he actually did a lot of it.
Of course he did. He was
Insider.
obsessed with computers.
It was so cool, but like you didn't get that content unless you were smart enough to like figure it out. And I was, third grade me was not smart enough to know
You
what
were
a
in
buffered
third grade?
analgesic was.
Playing Hitchhiker's Guide.
Yeah, well, because I had the older brother. Like he, like I had, he was like, 12, 13 when I was, that age, right?
Yeah.
5th, 6th grade. Yeah, I was reading Hitchhiker's Guide at that when I was in 3rd grade.
Nice.
Didn't get any of it. Didn't understand a lick
Yeah.
of it. But I was like, oh, my brother read this, and I can read it now. Yeah.
I can read.
Yeah. And then it wasn't until I read it and reread it in high school, and I was like, oh yeah, this is funny. This is really funny.
Why
That's
does
how
everybody like this book?
I get all these jokes now.
Yeah, that's how I was with Daniel Steele.
Ooh.
Get all those jokes in Daniel Steele when I get older.
Started him in 3rd grade and then reread him in 6th grade, and I was like, oh hey, I get it now.
I actually kind of identify with that.
Yeah. Flowers in the
I might
attic.
have done that at one
Yes.
point.
Yeah.
Ugh.
It's creepy.
Blah.
Did
Yeah.
How Stella Got Her Groove Back when I was in like 4th grade.
Are you serious?
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know why people let me read that book.
I don't know. My mom let me read Jackie Collins too.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, but that was probably more like middle school. But still, like she would like read them and then hand them off to me, and then we would talk about them.
Oh, it's like a little like book club.
Oh, we did have our Oh, whoa! It's like, oh,
Now this all makes sense.
okay.
Suddenly, like, the character, flaws and things all came coalesced into
I
one.
See what
Yeah.
she was doing there. Okay.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I had to do that with Dragons of Autumn Twilight.
Really?
Yeah, because my parents, I was a voracious reader. Well, I started with my brother's stuff, and then I was like, oh, like all these D&D books, I can read them all and love them.
Yeah.
And my parents were like, we don't want you reading only fantasy books. Like there's other books out there. And I was like, yeah, but they're the only ones I like, and I'm reading way more than my peers are. Like, give me a break.
I know. They should be happy.
So I had to write like book reports for my parents about the books,
Yeah.
which lasted for like 2 books. And I was like, do I have to do this anymore? They're like, no, we don't even want to read these.
we don't want to know anything about this.
These are really bad
Why
book
would they-
reports.
Why did they let you read those books, but they didn't let you play D&D?
I don't. Well, they like strongly discouraged playing D&D. It wasn't so much they didn't let me, because I think if they knew
Was
if they
it a Mazes and Monsters kind of thing? or?
no, it was more just like a church thing.
Oh,
like
okay.
other people at church said it was bad, and so we also now think it's bad.
Yeah.
And so they didn't. It was just when you're that young, you need them to give you rides places.
Yeah.
So they
And
just
money.
wouldn't. They just wouldn't give me rides to go play D&D, and so
Oh, wow.
and I couldn't make those friends and and do it. So it kind of put those brakes on it that way. And then when I started to be a teenager and I was meeting people by having my own life and having like a work and stuff,
Yeah.
I would still kind of do that, but it was frowned upon.
You still had the hankering though.
I still had the hankering.
Yeah.
Yeah, I distinctly remember being back to the reading of the Dragonlance novels. I remember like reading it in my bed, and my dad like had just told me like you shouldn't be reading it, and I was in my bed, and then he opened up the door, and I like shoved it aside and like put it between the thing.
Captain Underpants.
Yeah, right.
Just read him.
And I look back at that now, I'm like, man, if that was pornography, I would have been doing the same exact thing. But it was like, no, it's Dragonlance
That's not where
novels.
everyone's head immediately went. Okay.
Yeah, exactly.
He probably would have been so relieved if it was pornography.
Oh, he found that too.
thank
He's
God.
like, no, you shouldn't be doing that either, Greg. And I'm like, oh, why? And he's like, I don't know.
Oh, why? Why?
No,
Why?
actually, no. He was great. He actually said it was not any of the moral. I don't know why we're delving into talking about pornography on this
We're
podcast.
like getting into Greg Tito's head.
I
Yeah,
know, right?
yeah.
Well, you talked about Daniel Steele, so I feel like it's
That's true.
yeah.
And
We're
Jackie
actually
Collins.
Jackie.
sucking out his soul.
Exactly.
We're mindful.
No, but my dad did say, he was like, oh, it's not that it's bad. It's just that it objectifies women in this weird way. And
Oh,
wow.
You shouldn't think
Dad?
about them as an object. You should think of them as people.
At least 10 dad points right there.
Exactly.
Seriously?
Yeah.
And I think that it definitely, informed how I thought about it going forward.
Nice.
So, yeah.
Oh my God.
Points to Dad when I was 15 for
Yeah.
telling me that.
Yeah. And then you were like, okay.
Okay, sure.
Can I have my magazine back?
Yeah. I also got those from my older brother too. So
Helps to have
very,
brothers.
yeah, exactly. They have their hands on that.
Ugh.
Literally, no.
I did not
All
think
right.
I don't
Sorry,
want a
guys.
hand-me-down magazine.
We
Oh, no.
digress.
Ryan's grossing out over there.
Yeah. So Dragon Talk is a podcast where we talk about Dungeons and Dragons.
Where we talk about Greg's growing up. What it was like to be young. Greg Tito.
So when did you
Early
get
years.
into this? This whole went in this tangent. Talking about when did you start playing Dungeons and Dragons? Was it after you started doing
Yeah.
Roll20?
No, it was before then, but it was only 5 years ago.
Okay.
Give or take. Yeah. I met people, specifically my boyfriend, who said, hey, I do this thing. It's nerdy and cool. I was like, hey, I'm nerdy and cool. Can I do
Right.
it too, please?
Is it like Dragon Age Origins?
Yeah. No, really.
Yeah.
I was like, can I be an elf, please? And, yeah.
Shelly's an elf.
I'm an elf.
Awesome.
I like to play elves.
I actually, here's the thing though, I've never played an elf. I always end up playing an halfling because I just want to be small and quirky.
Well, that makes sense. Right?
Hide in the
elves
corner.
can be small and quirky.
Yeah.
They absolutely can.
Yeah.
Yeah. I want to be smaller, quirkier. Ultimate quirkiness.
Nice.
Yes. Yeah.
So he was like, "Oh, I played this game, and
So I started doing it and started with 3.5 and
Me too.
Yeah, I like 3.5, but I like 5 better. Yeah, I know. Some people really like 3.5 still.
It's all right.
it's a good system."
Yeah.
Yeah. It got a lot of. There's a lot of feats and things you got to know about, but
Yeah.
it's a really robust.
It is. It's so robust
How robust is it?
that sometimes I want to take a nap during character creation.
That's
only.
what my problem was.
Yeah, yeah.
I was almost like I don't even want to play this game. It took
A little bit.
It felt like it was like days.
Yeah.
It really might have been.
Well, there's always the first session 0, and you're just looking through books.
Yeah.
Like, all right,
I
I'll
had
be
somebody
this.
helping me, and he just kept
Yeah.
asking me questions, and I was like, oh, I don't know.
Look at the
Stop.
that table. Where is the that table? It's on the chapter with the these. Where are the these?
Yeah.
It's not
Too much.
And that got even more when there was like more splat books and more splat
Yeah.
books, and so like you had to be like, well, if you
I'm
know,
gonna play this cool race.
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
And I like that fifth, like, it made it more streamlined, so it felt like more about like, oh, what kind of fun character do you want to play?
But here's the kicker.
What's that?
So I was playing, I don't know, maybe my third character in a game, and I was in 3.5 and was going to play an alchemist. And I was really excited. I finally had like a cool idea. I was going to smash things on the ground, make people turn into werewolves. I don't remember. But something like that. And then 5th edition came out. And we said, hey guys, let's switch this game that we're prepping to 5th edition.
Nice.
So I had to transfer my character.
Oh no! You're like all the hard work.
I had to find feats in the background and in the story.
You're like, I just hammered through this like
Yeah.
amazing character.
An alchemist didn't exist.
Yeah.
So I had to be some kind of monk, which was really cool. I mean, it was a great character. Let's be real. But yeah, that was rough.
What's your character's name?
That one ended up getting scrapped, so I don't think he ended up getting a name. I think his name was going to be like Levidius or something like that. But yeah.
Do you play men, women? You go back and forth?
I go back and forth. Depends how I'm feeling at the time. I like playing, whenever I play men, they tend to be very flirty.
Really?
Yeah. My favorite was a gnome who just like was this little guy with just balls the size of Texas and just like could not stop hitting on everyone. He did okay.
That's fun.
Yeah, he had a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he rolled a lot of
He did
20s.
all right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Do you like taller women or?
He did.
It's all about the attitude. You know, if you have confidence,
It's true.
it works.
Yeah. That was true when I knew Peter Dinklage. Honestly enough, he had the confidence.
Yeah.
You could just do it, and you're
Yeah.
like, okay, yeah, sure. He's Tyrion.
Yeah.
Now look at him.
Now look at him, running a major country in a fantasy land.
Oh yeah.
in a fantasy land. Kind of like you.
Kind of like, yeah, exactly.
Kind of do it.
Yeah,
we just
makes
like
sense.
add that to every sentence. ... In a fantasy land.
Right. Host a podcast.
Yeah.
I'm president of a company in
In-
a fantasy land.
So you've been at Roll20 for a year and a half.
Yeah.
You said.
Yeah.
What's it been like? Has it been a roller coaster of ups and downs and?
It's
all
been
over
a
town?
roller coaster. It's been crazy. A lot of things have happened. A lot of cool stuff. Because when I started, it was shortly before the SRD5 came out.
Yeah.
And we went, oh, okay. We're gonna talk about this a little bit. And then that summer we signed our licensing agreement with D&D. And all right, everything's changed. And we started making lots and lots of products and modules, and we founded and expanded our module production department.
Oh, okay.
Which we just hired on some new people to do
Oh,
more
cool.
stuff with that.
Oh.
Yeah.
How many people?
Growing.
How many people are in that department?
Well,
Ish.
anywhere from 2 to 6, depending on how you look at it. Because
Okay.
we do hire some people like for projects.
On a per project basis.
Yeah. But we
that
have
makes sense.
3 internal people, if you count me. Technically 4. Yeah.
Do you do a lot of work on that?
I do no. I don't make the things.
Right.
I've made the video trailers,
Okay.
which I learned how to do, which is fun.
Good on you.
Didn't know how to make a video trailer 2 years ago, but it's fun.
Learning skill sets on the job.
Yeah.
That's the way to do it.
But because I was on doing licensing work, so I'd talk to wizards and then I go talk to the magical people who know how to make modules absolutely fantastic in
Right.
Roll20. And I say, here's what we can do, here's what we totally can't do, here's what I think we should do to interpret this thing and make it better. Yeah, that kind of stuff.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
really
cool.
Yeah, it's fun.
So in addition to all those things, is that all the things you do as brand manager, or are there what other facets of the business are you? Because with a small company, I know
Yeah,
you guys have fingers
exactly.
and lots of pies.
Yeah, I do. Well, up until we've hired on some new people, which is awesome because I might not have to do all these things all the time, but I do all the marketing, licensing, branding, and I run the Roll20 Marketplace, which is our e-commerce site where community people can sell tokens that they make. Cool artists can
Oh.
make maps and and they can make their own community created modules.
That's really cool.
Yeah, using all kinds of community content. So do that. We recently hired on somebody to take on some more of that licensing and e-commerce work. We hired somebody to our production coordinator to help us make more production, have more organization there, who's fantastic. Yeah, so I might not do everything. Not that I do everything, I definitely don't. There's way more
Right,
that I
right.
don't touch.
You wear a lot of hats, though.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we all do.
They're not all local, though, right? Are they?
No, we're all everywhere. I'm the only one who's here. We are an online company, and everyone's based all around the country. We're almost all in the U.S. There's actually one person in Canada and one person in England, but we all talk via webcam constantly.
Is it the kind of thing where you have it up all the time, or do you have like scheduled times?
We
for
have
the-
scheduled times.
Okay.
Yeah. We have tons of meetings just to like make sure that everybody knows what's going on. And we we use Slack constantly, so we do a lot of chatting.
That makes sense.
A lot of chatting. I don't mean to sound like this is bad. It's just like I know these people
No, I
so
know.
well.
Yeah. And now us about our proclivities for Daniel Steele and
Yep.
It's pretty cool.
Greg's porn.
Yeah.
Dragon porn. We'll just call it that.
Mhm.
Yeah. That's a new
Maybe
race.
a
That was
new-
introduced in
a
4th
new-
edition. I don't know
a
if you
new
know.
podcast.
That's right.
Welcome to Dragon Porn.
What? We gotta run that few. Yeah, we'll talk to a few people and see. We'll workshop that idea.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's an interesting
Put a
idea.
pin in it.
Put yeah. We'll get some concept illustrators to design some
I'm sure
some
they're
images
working on
for
it
it.
right now.
Exactly.
Sounds like a good action podcast.
Yeah. Right.
Yeah. Not live.
No.
stream.
No.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry, you guys.
Oh. Oh, Ryan's ears are bleeding.
It's true. He's very embarrassed. You can tell. Look at he's very red-faced. He's like, I've never heard of these things happening before. I didn't know they existed.
Ah.
Awesome. So if you guys have any questions for Suzanne about Roll20, go ahead and throw them out there. I know there was a lot more earlier in the chat, but it's harder for me to
That's
go
what
back
you're
up.
doing over there.
Yeah, so throw up
Yeah.
some question tags, and I'll see if I can bring them up and get the answers for you.
Questions live. This is so.
I know, right? This is
2000.
interaction. It's happening for real.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So with Tomb of Annihilation coming, is there anything like that's a specific challenge with that one that you think might be, based on what you know from the Stream of Annihilation anyway?
I don't think so. It in terms of like elements that I've never seen before, to my knowledge, having not actually seen it yet.
We'll get it to you, I promise.
I know.
I'll put it on this. We'll put it on this. I'll give it to you. Ish.
Got the head. Yeah.
That's all you need, right? That's all you need is this
Just
amazing.
put that on every page.
Exactly.
Like
Here you guys
head.
go. Use that as your marker.
Yeah, all the time. And
Good to go.
tokens, just everything is just that head over and over again. That would make at least one person very happy.
Is there anything, this is a question coming from chat, coming to Roll20 besides the module? So any like new technology or something like that that you can talk about?
Oh, anything new? Oh, God, there's always new things. Problem is I can't talk about most of them.
They're all secrets.
They're all secrets. We are
Come on,
doing...
just tell us one.
We are... Oh, dear, you got my evil laugh to come
Yeah,
out.
yeah,
Oh,
you
no.
broke her. You broke
Oh,
her.
Bring
geez.
it back in. Bring
Just
it back
one.
in. We are doing, trying to think, like, what are the things that I'm allowed to
I
talk
know.
about? Oh, God.
I
don't wanna put-
There's a
in trouble.
huge thing that I didn't bring up, which is Roll20Con.
Nice.
Which is our community online convention, which is coming up June.
Online convention.
I know. Crazy.
Soon
huh?
we'll just not. We're just not leaving our houses ever.
Yeah.
Why do we need to?
That's good. We can game from anywhere now with
Yeah.
Roll20.
I had to go outside to come here, though. It was weird.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, Roll20Con.
The online convention.
It's
So what
online-
exactly is that for people who don't know?
It's first of all, it's June 24th and 25th.
Soon.
My
Very
birthday.
soon. It's very. Oh, really?
The 25th is my birthday. Yeah.
Oh.
Yay! You should play a game.
I'll
Hey,
be
I know,
camping.
great
I'll be camping.
convention.
That's like the one time you can't do online conventioning is when you're
I feel like you
on Mount
could,
Rainier.
but it would take a lot of prep.
We'll get a satellite phone.
I was gonna say, yeah.
Do it, Tio.
Yeah.
Bring a
All
whole
right,
setup.
fine. I'll DM from Mount Rainier and I'll be like,
Yeah.
it's raining down fire. Wait, no.
Nah.
Just kidding.
But yeah, the con is going to be on the 24th and 25th is the official 2 days of the con, but actually beginning June 17th is the unofficial begin date in the sense that all plus features are going to be unlocked so people can play around with dynamic lighting if they've never played with it before.
Oh, cool.
Also, Roll20 will be ad-free if you're participating in the con. So from that period on, we made it a little bit longer of the unofficial period so that people could play more games because the idea is beginning like a week ago or so, you can schedule a game, go into Roll20 and create a game either using a module or using a homebrew, and click a little box that says this is for Roll20Con. And then, and then it'll say beginning June 17th, all those features will unlock. And you can play a couple sessions. I hope you also play during the convention, which is the 24th and 25th, if I haven't said it enough times. And the idea is we just want everyone to come out and play games. It's really our love letter to the community of just wanting to say, hello, 2.3 million people that use Roll20, please come and play games with us for this one weekend of love and friendship and games. And we're also going to have a live sort of main stage content both Saturday and Sunday, which will have some of your favorite streamers and some cool people and Roll20 staff, definitely. I'm in at least one game, playing stuff live on Twitch, which is going to be tons of content.
That's a lot of content.
Yeah, it's going to be really, really fun. So I hope if you want to find out more, go to roll20con.net right now.
Do it. Go there right now.
We'll stay here.
But I like
But
that
open a new tab and go there.
Sure.
Yeah.
I like that because it's a way, Roll20 kind of like how all the features are turned on so you can kind of test out and feel like what you like
Yeah,
about it. So if you don't know anything about Roll20, this is a great time to jump in and learn.
Yeah, exactly. You can play around with those features, like, hide some things with dynamic lighting for fun for a couple of sessions and see how you like it, basically.
Now, do you find as kind of the proselytizer of Roll20 that you have to be like, it's not that hard, it's really easy, like, here's how you do it?
Yeah. I do that all the time. I mean, it's like anything else, there's obviously things that you might not know if you're brand new to it. Of course, there's going to be a little bit of a learning curve.
Yeah.
I know how to do everything. I might not be the fastest at it. I might not be the best educator. Educator.
Educatering. Right, that's how you do it. That's what teachers do. They educate.
Yeah, the educator. Yes,
Yes.
that's word. But we have a wiki out there that's wiki.roll20.net that talks you through all of our features. We also have a tutorial. We're definitely planning on doing some additional stuff with video content later this year that I can't tell you too much about, but we basically just want to expand the options out there for ways that you can learn how to use Roll20 easier.
So some people are saying it's still very hard for them in the chat. So what
Yeah.
are some good easy tips that you can learn, about to jump in, especially during Roll20Con with some of these things turned on that you would tell people?
If you're not sure, I would say definitely look into modules because then you don't have to worry about setting up a game.
Oh, okay.
You can, and there's community created modules out there that you can look at. There's also, we did make a free module called the Master's Vault.
Yeah.
That's in 5th edition. It's a fun little thing. It's made by James Intricasso, who's someone that we know and like very much.
We love James.
Yeah, James is very, very cool.
Yeah.
Yay, James.
Yay, James. Go, James.
And he made this fun, relatively, you can maybe finish it in a one shot. You could jump in there, and that is a good way, I think, to get started because you don't have to worry about how do I use the journal, how do I do all these other things. Characters are created for you, and you can just kind of get in there and fiddle around. And the journal is organized with like, start here. So you, as the DM, you can go, this is where I start, clearly, and go on from there.
Awesome.
Yep.
That's cool. Someone just said in chat, and I feel like I have to say it since
Yeah.
we mentioned 3.5. Learning Roll20 is easier than learning 3.5.
Yay!
Hey, you have a new motto.
There you go.
You can
Put that-
totally use that.
Put that on your mugs.
Can I? Let's get a t-shirt with that.
Yeah.
Just for my personal use.
Exactly. Don't want to share that anywhere. No. You're going to a convention pretty soon, aren't you?
I'm going to Origins.
You're going to be at Origins?
That's right. I'm leaving on Wednesday. We'll be there on Thursday. If anyone's coming to Origins, please find me in the D&D area. 3rd floor ballroom at the Hyatt, and we'll play Betrayal at Baldur's Gate.
It'll be there, playable?
Yeah.
What?
I'm bringing it. Oh, I'm bringing it. It's been brought
both
in.
literally and figuratively.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we'll have a couple demos a day. You can sign up in the D&D area, and we'll just play.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What if you get too many people? What if they're like, we all want to play?
I will start crying and just be all around and like, I don't know what to do.
Oh,
I
yeah.
don't know what to do. I don't know what to do.
And then Trevor will come in and be like, I know what to do, and you're all dead.
Yeah.
And he'll kill you.
Yeah.
He can kill off the first 5 people, and then we'll put new people in.
Exactly. Nice. That's cool. Betrayal at Baldur's Gate is super fun.
It is
Board
really
game.
fun.
You should gotta check it out. It's worth checking out. When does it come out? October
6th.
October 6th.
I saw it.
Right.
I saw it at Stream of
Did
Annihilation.
you see people just tearing it apart?
Not
Like-
like ripping it.
They were like,
thankfully.
"Oh, we're playing this right now."
Yeah,
It was
I did
amazing.
see that.
Yeah.
I saw the people going, how quickly can I open it? And how
Yeah.
much can I look at the things? And oh my God, it's very pretty.
Yeah, it was like I just saw it like wrapped up 1 minute, and I turned around, and it was like, a game! They're playing it!
Ivan Van
Yeah.
Norman from
I
Geek
know,
and Sundry,
it was
just
so
like he
funny.
was so happy to rip into it and
Yeah.
start
Yeah.
playing. Yeah.
Couldn't have better people to be the inaugural game.
Exactly.
That's true. Yeah, there are
Yeah.
some great pictures of that game
Yeah.
going through.
It's very pretty.
Strategic pictures, not getting too close
I know.
to the things.
That was nice.
But having a good time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Nonetheless.
And the components are different now. You can actually have the stat trackers have the clips on there.
Yes.
Yes? Is that
Yay.
true?
Yes.
Yeah.
The clips work.
What about the characters? What about the characters?
What about them?
What are they like?
They're awesome.
They're just awesome.
They're D&D. Well, you're adventurers. You're not explorers anymore. And so there's just all the different types of D&D classes and races. And you even get an adventurer power to help you throughout the game.
Just so one power per character.
One power per
that's
character.
enough.
Yep. So you get, you can be a paladin, there's monks, there's sorcerers, there's elves, there's
Yeah.
an awesome druid
Nice.
who can turn into a badger.
That's important.
A badger.
Yeah.
Oh.
Or
A honey
like,
badger?
Could be. It's up to you, man.
I'm gonna make mine a honey badger.
Role play it the way you want.
Yeah, because I don't give a.
It's still it's still
Oh.
tracking you towards insanity, right? Or is it just death?
Oh no,
It's
you
you can still go insane.
can still go crazy.
Okay, that's all I care
You can
about.
still lose all your might and all your knowledge and
Yeah.
all your speed and
Yeah.
all. You can go super crazy.
Cool.
Yep.
Cool.
Yep. So it's the betrayal engine, but
Yeah.
just with D&D flavor.
Oh my God.
And you have the 50 new haunts that are all D&D stories.
Written
Just
by some of the folks in this
Written
building.
by- yeah,
Sam?
lots of them written by our D&D team.
I
And then
did-
a lot of people.
Sorry.
No.
I just Sam Simpson
Yes.
made a point of showing some people the one that he
His.
wrote, which I don't know if I
Aw.
can say, but
You
it's
can't,
really
'cause
funny.
it's the best title of all of them.
I'm paraphrasing, but it's I'll get the slide slaw.
You'll
I'll
have
have
the house slot. with
That's
that.
what it is.
The
Slod.
slod. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's really good. Oh yeah. Do you remember from the media?
I do. The first draft of Shelley's media alert about this was like actually mentioned salad. And I was like,
it
what?
autocorrected.
These terrible salads that eat you up from the inside? Like what salad would
E.
you be
coli, baby. You gotta wash that lettuce.
I was like, I think I had one of those salads last week. It was eating me up from the inside. Oh wait, I had that entire thought process as I was editing this.
yeah,
I'm
and
like,
then you tweeted it.
I did.
Yeah.
I had to.
Nice.
Yeah, it's good.
Yeah,
It's
to
really
call
good.
out to you.
Yeah, thanks
Well
for
done.
editing that.
Yeah.
How much does autocorrect just
Yeah, that's what she said. It was
ruin
autocorrect.
you?
Was.
Yeah, when you're typing out all kinds
It
of
was
character
like, clearly
names
she
and
meant to
stuff.
say salad.
God, I had to learn Annihilation is like the
it's
hardest
hard.
thing to type really
Yeah.
fast.
Yeah.
And I had to
had a
type it
hard
a
time with
lot
that
in the
too.
last like 3 months.
Yeah.
You know what I actually have a hard time typing?
What?
Betrayal.
Oh no.
That's
I can't
not
spell
good
it
for you.
right. Yeah.
Not Balder. No, Balder's pretty straightforward.
Yeah.
Autocorrect changed it to an ER.
Baldur.
What?
And then I like,
Oh,
sent out this
'cause you're
big
getting more
email
bald.
about
That's
it. And then, like,
balderdash.
3 people wrote back and they're like, great overview, Shelley, but did you know Baldur's Gate is a UR? Like, yes, I did. Spell check does it.
I like that you mimed the pushing up
Yeah.
the glasses. Very well done.
It's a visual, man.
It is.
Yeah.
We're in a visual medium now.
Visual.
Well, thank you so much for making this very visually exciting
Yes.
by being here.
I'm so tall.
You're very tall.
Very
Yeah,
You want
compared to
You want
us.
to take that chair home?
Yeah.
Yeah, you look very tall.
Yep.
So Suzanne, how can people find out more about you and as well as Roll20, but more about you?
Yeah. Only me. No, I'm kidding.
It's all about you.
Yeah. You can find me on Twitter at I am a snarky pants. That's my
Oh.
Twitter handle. Yeah. Never
pretty good
changing
one.
it.
That's a
Never-
pretty good one.
Never changing it. And you can find more about Roll20 on Twitter at Roll20 app or at roll20.net. And
Awesome.
one more time, Roll20Con you can learn about at roll20con.net.
That is the best time to check it out. If you've been curious about Roll20, do it now.
Yeah.
Do it then.
Yeah.
Do it then.
Make
Yeah.
your
Not
con
now.
save and attend that con.
Yeah.
Or go camping if you're Greg Tito.
Dang it, I'm sorry. I didn't. I
Lame.
know. I'm bad.
I
But
know
thank you.
which one I would do.
Me too.
Camping, probably.
No. No, definitely not.
I'm going to be playing Dungeons and Dragons while camping, though, probably. So
that's fun.
That counts. I just won't be using Roll20, which
Will you be using a kerosene lamp? Because if so, I don't know what you're doing.
You need to be playing Betrayal with that kerosene lamp.
I think
Yeah.
camping,
In
all
the
those little
dark.
parts. No, we got to do theater of the mind style.
It would not be
Theater
good.
of the mind style when you're camping, please. It's not like you can be
Somebody
like.
find the Banshee token.
Yeah,
Where's
it's-
that Banshee token?
It's got marshmallow all over it. Oh God, that'd be the worst.
Gives me
Well, thank
nightmares.
you so much, and I think we're gonna close out this little interview segment right now and say goodbye to everybody there. So bye bye everyone. We'll be back in about 10 minutes with an interview with Wolfgang Bauer. It's gonna be fantastic. So thank you for that. Bye.
Bye-bye.
I don't know why I keep saying thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
You're just a
Thank
grateful
you.
guy.
I'm just very grateful.
Be grateful. Thanks, Suzanne.